of the champion. Will it be a new champion or will it be last year's champion in the sport division overall standings? It is between Flynt Schuring and Ariel Levy, and it was a win for Ariel Levy and a third place for Flynt Schuring in the last race. It means that the gap is now down to 7 points in favour of Flynt Schuring. So a lot to play for. The Rookie Championship has gone the way of Chester Kiefer already, with Jelter Hofner jumping up into second place. He's got 107 points to Chester Kiefer's 145. Kiefer cannot be caught. And in the Pro-Am Championship, Henry Tuamala mathematically has that one in hand ahead of Anthony Imperato. So the championships will come to an end after this race, and we will know the identities of our three champions for sure. Piers is currently down on the grid, ready to talk to a few drivers.
Brian, this is it. The final race of the season. It's come around so quickly, but the racing is still going to be as hot as ever. Of course, very disrupted first race this afternoon. Hopefully a little bit cleaner. We'd like half an hour of clean, fair racing, no spitting, no biting, no punching, all that sort of stuff. We've got our different pulses this time, of course. Teo Overhouse, the new driver. Oh, sorry, I'm in the way. Of course, drivers just doing their lining up procedure to make sure that they are in the correct grid position so that they don't overstep the white lines. Of course, all four tyres must be within the white lines there. You can see the tape on the box. So I think I can jump in now with Teo. Can I jump in? Yeah, brilliant. Sorry, Teo, I didn't mean to interrupt your procedure there. Pole position for this race, consistently fast laps in qualifying. We saw you can make moves in that last one. You shouldn't have to make any overtakes in this one if everything goes to plan, right?
Yeah, that's correct. I hope I get a good launch, first into T1, and then I hope I can control the race at the front.
Absolutely, a great start to your Porsche Sprint Challenge Southern Europe career. Of course, so far, second in the first one. Hopefully, I imagine you're hoping to take it one better in this one.
Yeah, for sure. And the first one I also wanted to win, but sadly it didn't work out. But I'm for sure really working hard for it that it's worked out now, and I'm quite confident that it will be.
What do you reckon the greatest risk from behind is going to be?
I think at the start is the greatest risk, get a good launch. I think that is more or less everything is what's needed to defend P1. But we will see if Ariel or Flynt Schuring have a great car in the race. Maybe they will also make some pressure in the race then.
We look forward to a great race ahead. Hopefully it stays cleaner than the first one. Right, that's Teo Overhouse, of course, the Porsche Junior in Germany. Definitely a star of the future, one to watch for certain. Great to have him in the championship. A star of the future, well, and the present really, Ariel Levy, of course, our champion last season, starting in second place in this one. Ariel, second best starting position in this one. Of course, we know Teo had a good pace in that last one, but I also know that you were very confident with your pace in race one.
Well, we did not have a lot of laps, but when we were driving, I think I was really comfortable with what I was, yes.
What do you reckon your best chance of winning this race is?
Well, I cannot know what will happen in the race, but I would say usually race starts are really crucial, so I will have to have a really good start, and then we'll see what happens later.
Ariel, of course, last season, this time last year, you were champion already. Of course, it's very close between you and Flynt as well. Of course, I imagine you're going to be giving your all. Are you thinking about the championship? What's your mindset going into this one?
My mindset is that I'm so thankful and privileged to have such a competitive season in the winter, because I'm learning so much, and it's not even summer yet, so I'm just thankful.
Ariel, good luck in the race. We'll see where you finish up at the end of the race. Of course, Ariel will always be going for the win. We know he's a very competitive driver, and I'd like to grab a word with our current championship leader and Ariel's championship challenger, Flynt. I've spoken to him a couple of times already today, but that's only right considering he is currently leading the championship. Just spoke to Ariel. Of course, he is going for the win, as always, but he's just saying that he's so grateful that he's got such a competitive series before the main season has even started, and he's been enjoying the fight between yourself and him.
Yeah, so far it's been a hard but fair fight. So definitely great preparation for the summer season.
And let's talk about that championship. Of course, Ariel starting alongside you there. What are you thinking about?
Yeah, going to try to get a good getaway and then go on from there.
Flynt, we'll see how it plays out. It's been a great battle all season long between these two. Of course, Flynt having the upper hand on more occasions than Ariel this season. But it's, you know, anyone's game. Ariel was very fast in race number 1. Got time for one more interview, and I think I'm going to grab a word with Milan Marchak again, because he's had such a good weekend. You know, really gaining a lot of experience and a lot of speed, considering his relative lack of overall racing experience. Actually, he's having a word with his race engineer, so I better jump out of there. Quick word from Sasha going into our last race. This again, carrying our on-board camera as well. Sasha, very quick word. Last race of the season. What are you thinking about right now?
That I want to enjoy it.
How are you best going to enjoy it?
By driving, of course.
Sasha, we look forward to seeing some excellent racing for you in this one. Again, we'll be watching from on board. Sasha Norden there, of course, trying to consolidate third place in the championship. This is going to be good, hopefully cleaner than the first, but the racing is going to be great nonetheless. Brian, over to you for the final time this season in the sport division.
Thank you, Piers. Great job. I think Sasha speaks for all of us. We just want to enjoy it. And that's exactly what we've been doing, although we'd enjoy it more if there were a few less red flags. Right. Well, our pole sitter for this race is one Mr. T. Overhouse, and he is not featuring in the championship race, but he may well play a part in it, because the two championship contenders are directly behind him. By my calculations, if things finish as they are, i.e. Ariel Levy second, Flynt Schuring third, Flynt Schuring will be champion. But if Ariel Levy can get past Theo Overhouse and Flynt Schuring finishes in third place, Ariel Levy will be champion. It is that close. How exciting is this? We are 1 minute away from the season finale for Porsche Sprint Challenge Southern Europe Sport Division, and it is all to play for. This could really go down to the wire. It's all about who keeps their head. What we don't want is any red flags, or if hopefully safety cars or full course yellows. Well, good luck with that. We've had a red flag in every race so far. The leading rookie qualifier, Milan Marchak, down in P6, also impressing here this weekend at Circuit de Barcelona-Catalunya. So lots to look at in the Pro-Am Championship. Henry Tuamala is the leading Pro-Am driver. By my calculations, he's done what he needs to do to clinch the Pro-Am Championship, but he really needs to get to the end of this race just to cement it and seal it. Of course, Chester Kiefer is the second qualifier in the rookies. He's down in P9. He's already clinched the Rookie Championship. The grid is like this. Theo Overhouse with that 143.001. Ariel Levy alongside him. Then it's Flynt Schuring with Sebastian Freimut for company. He might be looking for a podium too. Domas Rodonis and Milan Marchak occupy row 3. And there's Sasha Norden and Colin Berninghouse. Solid qualifying for him into P8. Our new rookie champion, Chester Kiefer, has Matthias Ferreira for company. Joe Warhurst will be looking to avoid the dramas of race 1. He has Sid Smith alongside. He too will want to get the end of this one. Robin Knutson and Alex Ryman are 13th and 14th, and they're ahead of Gianluca Tucharoglu and James Wallace. Keep an eye on both of them. They're going to be coming through the pack. Nathan Sharp and Jonas Greif line up on 17th and 18th, ahead of Jelta Hoffner. Henry Tuamala, the leading Pro-Am champion, leader in the championship. Zuren Spreng just behind him with Felix Neuhofer, Charles Visser and Josh Stanton line up 23rd and 24th. Then it's Thomas Cangro and Karen Gayard, head of Mace Muller. Anthony Emperaso in the Pro-Am race, Luciano Martinez, Juan Pablo Vega, Draker Janssen and Nick Ho. Good to see he's got the car back out on track as well. 32 riders for this, the season finale for Porsche Sprint Challenge Southern Europe 2025. I'm just looking up to the skies. The clouds are coming in. The temperature is dropping. Famous last words. I don't think we're going to be getting any rain. Sincerely hope not. But with the temperature dropping on the track, that can change the dynamic of this race as well. It's the last hurrah for Porsche Sprint Challenge Southern Europe Sport Division. Next stop for a lot of these drivers will be their summer championships. They'll want to put this time to good use, this 30 minutes plus 1 lap of racing. All of the identical Porsche 911 GT3 Cup cars based on the latest 992 generation. 510 Porsche brake horsepowers, 4 litres of naturally aspirated, water-cooled, flat-six boxer engine in the rear of the car, control tyres, restricted setups, no ABS, no traction control. This is about raw talent. It's about the best drivers in the best cars rising to the top, and that's exactly what we've seen all season long. We've seen the seasoned campaigners, we've seen the new up-and-coming superstars, all challenging, all wanting to show what they're worth as they come together here on a legendary circuit that hosts Formula One. This is their chance to flex their muscles and show what they're made of. Apparently the wind has dropped down, so we shouldn't have any issues with tailwinds, but the temperature also dropping too. The cars are now forming on the grid. Their heartbeats will be racing. The palms will be sweaty as Søren Spreng just gets the 197 car into exactly the right position. And then the silence falls around Circuit de Barcelona-Catalunya. And then the indication from the back that all is good. The engine notes will start to rise. Are you ready for one last dance? Porsche Sprint Challenge Southern Europe is go for the final race of the season. And it's a drag race in towards turn 1. Get out of my way, says Ariel Levy. He's got his elbows out. Flynt Schuring looking as well, but it's going to be Levy into turn 1. Theo Overhouse dropping into that second place, but is he going to come back? There's a couple of cars that have cut across the runoff area. What is going to happen there? Ariel Levy and Theo Overhouse running side by side. Looks as though Overhouse might have gone wide. He's back into the lead. Ariel Levy will want to come back. Overhouse giving up that lead position because he knew he exceeded track limits. Flynt Schuring in that third place. If the championship finished now, if the race finished now, it would be championship Ariel Levy. But Flynt Schuring looking eager. The rest of the cars jostling for positions behind, all fighting over the scraps. Out towards turn 7 they come, and that is Henry Tuamala, who's got off into the gravel trap. He's able to keep it going. There's Karen Gayard there as well, who got involved. Tuamala looks like he's able to rejoin on board with Matas Ferreira in the number 27 car. But a dramatic first lap, as always is the case here. And that's Draker Janssen into the gravel trap. This may well bring out their safety car. Our race leader, Ariel Levy, second. Theo Overhouse, third. Flynt Schuring. But I have a feeling a caution may be incoming. The rest of the cars heading around turn 13 and 14. Another spinner, there's Mace Muller pointing in the wrong direction. Able to rejoin, and Nick Ho once again in his old car, but looks like that is stranded as well. So a couple of cars stranded at the side of the track. This is surely going to bring out a full course yellow, and across the line we come. I think the race stewards want to get a lap in the board so that we don't have a complete restart. It's Ariel Levy with 7/10 over Theo Overhouse. Flynt Schuring in that third place. Sebastian Freimut in fourth ahead of Domas Radonis. We're still racing at the moment. Still no cautions showing at this point. There's Karen Gayard in the 85 car, able to rejoin. And now we go for yellow flag at turn 5, but we're still in racing conditions. 30 minutes plus 1 lap is the length of the race. At the moment, Ariel Levy leading the way. Theo Overhouse, now we go to full course yellow. So Ariel Levy will drop the speed down to 80 kilometers an hour. Really important, there's no overtaking. Søren Spreng now backing out of the power. The start is under investigation. So the race stewards will be taking a look at that. I'm now just going to double check my maths while we're here. So if the race finished now, Ariel Levy would have a 2-point advantage over Flynt Schuring. I said to you that Theo Overhouse was going to play a critical part in this championship, even though he's not part of it. That is proving to be the case as Karen Gayard's getting pulled back into the garage. And there's Nick Ho in the more familiar yellow, black and white car that we've seen him all season long. We saw that the blue car that he was running this morning had taken a little bit of a beating. And it looks like there may be 2 damaged cars that are going to be heading back to the PG Motorsport garage. Safety car is out, so the clock carries on ticking. Right, Just looking at the various screens to make sure there's no penalties that have been awarded that I can see. So as far as I'm aware, it is very much as you see it out on track. Theo Overhaus did get past Ariel Levy. We saw him going wide, and then we saw him backing out of it just to give that position back because he had taken the lead of the race, having gone into the runoff area. So very fair from Theo Overhaus. And if he hadn't done that, the stewards may well have penalised him, and he could have picked up a penalty that would have been a lot greater than just letting the lead car back through. So there is the Nick Ho car. So we've lost Nick Ho and we've lost Karen Gayard. Looking to see a non-starter was Sid Smith and Felix Neuhofer. They never even made it out of the garage after the incident in the earlier race. So they never made it onto the grid, which is a real shame. We got confirmation as the cars crossed the timing pin. Let's have another look at the start of this race and let's just see what occurred. So it's a good start from Ariel Levy. It was a good start from Theo Overhaus as well, but Levy had that inside line into turn one. Overhaus tried to come back around the outside, but you just see he ran wide. Also in there was Flynt Schuring. Again, needs to be careful. Got to finish and not be in the gravel trap because that would hand the championship on a plate. That was Henry Tuamala going wide onto the gravel. He was able to keep it going. He's currently down in 27th place and 3rd overall. So the Pro-Am Championship still very much in his hands. And that was a big impact for Draker Janssen. I see him making a big contact with the wall. And that's a real shame. Right, safety car is in on this lap. They've done a great job. Thank you to all of the marshals and the hard-working track crew for getting it all cleaned up. It means we can get back racing nice and quickly as we look to decide the champions of 2025. As things stand at the moment, if the race finished now, Ariel Levy would be champion. If Flynt Schuring can get past Theo Overhaus, he will become the champion. So Theo Overhaus has very much the power here. He holds all the cards. He's not in this to score points. He's in this for the silverware. He'd quite fancy relegating Ariel Levy if he possibly can in that second place. Sasha Norden in 6th place at the moment, ahead of Chester Kiefer, one of his main rivals in a runner-up spot in the championship. Chester Kiefer is the leading rookie. Matthias Ferreira down to P2 in the rookies, ahead of Milan Marchak. So plenty still to come. 23.5 minutes. The cars are round at turn 12 at the moment. Now, last time we saw Ariel Levy really backing them up. Will he do the same again? Or is he going to hit the accelerator early and try and catch Theo Overhaus snoozing? He is weaving, as is his right. Theo Overhaus is focused on hitting the accelerator at the very moment that Ariel Levy does. The thing he mustn't do is overtake Ariel Levy before the start-finish line. That is important for all the cars. Flynt Schuring ready to jump as well. This is going to be his best opportunity to get past Theo Overhaus as they now hit the accelerator at a turn 14 along the pit straight. The big slipstream as they head in towards turn 1, hitting towards 265 kilometers an hour before the heavy braking of turn 1. Ariel Levy with a good start. Theo Overhaus keeping him though in his sights. Challenge further back. That's Chester Kiefer to the outside of rival Sasha Norden in the championship. Everybody else fighting through. More drama. Matthias Ferreira goes spinning. Also James Wallace in there as well. Oh, this is almost certainly going to bring out another safety car. Matthias Ferreira getting together with James Wallace. Both cars stranded on the dreaded turns 1 and 2. And it looks as though Matthias Ferreira's day is going to go from bad to worse. He had traumas in the first race today. He's got traumas again. The rest of the cars filing through. 22 minutes remaining of this race. And I'm afraid it does look like a safety car, or at the very least, a full course yellow might be incoming. At the moment, Ariel Levy with a 0.378 gap over second place. Well, the good bit is Ferreira's got it going, but I'm not sure that Wallace is going to be able to, but a lot of damage to the number 27 Target competition car. The Brazilian driver, and there is Wallace getting out of the car, so that is such a shame. The Proton Huber competition, number 83 car, James Wallace, and he'll be pretty fed up about that. After such a strong showing in Valencia, he will be pretty fed up with all that has occurred here in Barcelona. And you can see from his body language as he looks at the car, and he will walk away. Let's have another look at what happened there. There's first, second, third. Here's the rest of the cars, and it just looked as though Ferreira carried just way too much speed into the corner. Wallace was just an innocent bystander. Nathan Sharp also taking to the gravel to avoid it. But it looks as though Ferreira had lost it long before Wallace appeared on the scene, and he was just caught up in someone else's incident in the carbon fibre zone once again. And you can point the finger maybe at poor qualifying, being in the midst of all the drama. Whatever it is, it's certainly taken him out of it, and that looks like Nathan Sharp peeling off into the pits as well. So after such a strong showing from him last time out in Valencia, it looks as though his day is also coming to a premature end. On board with Søren Spreng, who currently leads in the Pro-Am race. He is in 19th place overall. And, he has Anthony Imperato directly behind him. So the James Wallace car being removed from the gravel trap. So safety car out on track with 1/3 of the race gone. Theo Overhaus is been shown on my timing screen as the race leader. So I'm just checking to see whether... So Theo Overhaus has been shown as the race leader at the moment. So clearly there has been a swap around under the full course yellow. Now I'm not entirely sure what is occurring there. I've had no messages to say why that might be the case. Of course, under a full course yellow or a safety car, there can be no overtaking. But Theo Overhaus has jumped into the lead of this race. And it might be that the stewards have given an instruction. It's certainly nothing that I've seen as Matthias Ferreira peels off into the pits. But suddenly, Theo Overhaus has been shown as the race leader, and I've had no indication as to why that would be. But if that is the case, as seems to be, as we can see on our screen, and if the race finished now, it means that Flynt Schuring would be the champion. So, just double checking everything here, make sure I've missed anything. If the race finished now, it would be a Flynt Schuring championship. So Theo Overhaus has jumped in front of Ariel Levy while we're behind the safety car and currently leads the way. Sounds to me as though it may have been an instruction that had been given. So that has changed the dynamic of the race. Suddenly, Ariel Levy has all the work to do to get past the number 43 car in front of him. Once again, Theo Overhaus playing a significant part on the outcome of this championship. There is absolutely nothing on the timing screens to indicate why that might have happened, but with 18 minutes remaining, things remain as they are. It will be championship to Flynt Schuring by the slimmest of margins. Certainly not had the kind of dominant weekend that we saw him have at Valencia. So there have only been 2 winners of races this year in this category, and they have been Flynt Schuring, who has won all bar 2 races, and Ariel Levy, who's won the other. Theo Overhaus looking to break that pattern. So still trying to keep the heat in the tyres, keep everything in the window as the cars circulate behind the safety car. So the drama keeps on coming. Theo Overhaus, somehow, behind the safety car, has been promoted into the lead, and it can only be on the instruction of the stewards. But it means that Ariel Levy has a lot of work to do now, because he is going to have to work his way past the lead car if he wants to retain the championship that he won here this time last year. Still no indication of when the safety car is going to come in, but I would expect it's going to be very soon. Safety car is going to be in on this lap. So, indication that safety car is in on this lap, which means we will back racing. There is Henry Tuamala, the champion-elect of the Pro-Am category. So out around turn 5 at the moment. Theo Overhaus holds all the cards to decide who will become the champion of the sport division in Porsche Sprint Challenge Southern Europe. Sasha Norden has made progress. He's up into P6 at the moment. His main rival for position in the championship, Chester Kiefer, is behind him, and he wants to keep it that way. So here we come, the snake of cars. Theo Overhaus, the Porsche Junior driver who has been very much making the headlines for the last couple of years, getting himself up to speed before his 2025 season. I haven't seen what he's going to be racing this year, but now he backs the pack up. It's his turn to decide when to go. Now it's the turn of Ariel Levy to be the person who has to do the guessing. Up into turn 12 they come. Flynt Schuring, focused, ready to pounce as soon as he can. Overhaus went, then he didn't, now he's going. Looks like he's up to speed. The gaps open up between first and second. Ariel Levy falling into the clutches of Flynt Schuring. If Schuring can get past Ariel Levy, that will be enough for the championship for sure. Out of turn 14 they come, along the pit straight. A couple of cars kicking up some dirt. Out towards turn 1, weaving to try and get the heat into the tyres and into the brakes. We're past the halfway point of the final race of the season. Into turn 1, Flynt Schuring flashing the lights. There's Colin Berdinghausen taking a different line into the corner. On the inside, Chester Kiefer in there as well. The rest of the cars filing around turns 1 and turns 2. What is going to happen in the last 14 and a half minutes of this race? At the moment, advantage Theo Overhaus, advantage Flynt Schuring in the championship standings. Ariel Levy in second place, about half a second back. What can he do about the number 43 car in front of him? Sebastian Freimut there. Look at Sasha Norden looking to challenge Domas Radonis. He's been doing that all season long in Porsche Carrera Cup Benelux. Also a challenge further back, there was Joe Warhurst in there. Also Gianluca Tucharoglu also fighting for position. Sasha Norden, we're on board with him at the moment in that 6th place. Sebastian Freimut in front of him, which means that Norden is up into 5th place. He's broken clear of one of his main challengers, Chester Kiefer, down into P9. First and second, breaking clear. Flynt Schuring doesn't look to have the pace to get with the leaders at the moment. 13 and a half minutes remaining. It's all about whether Ariel Levy can find a route past Theo Overhaus. Levy, who led for much of this race, somehow Theo Overhaus was able to get past. Now he leads the way. There's Chester Kiefer, Alex Ryman behind him, Gianluca Tucharoglu there as well in the 911 car. They are fighting over 9th place. Here come the race leaders out onto the pit straight once again, flat out up into 6th gear. Then it's the heavy braking, having reached 265 kilometers an hour, reducing all the speed down to 110 kilometers an hour. 2nd gear through turn 1, 2nd gear into turn 2. Alex Ryman, Gianluca Tucharoglu. It's Tucharoglu challenging on the outside for 10th place. Drops back in behind around turns 1 and turns 2 they come, and in towards turn 3, a 3rd gear corner taken at 140 kilometers an hour. Then a short burst of the throttle before this, turn 4, a 2nd gear taken at about 100 kilometers an hour. Then a slight downhill section towards turn 5, a 2nd gear corner taken at about 80 kilometers an hour. Then they weave their way down to turn 6 and 7. Still, the positions remain the same at the moment. Ariel Levy now with the fastest lap of the race, as denoted by the pink FL next to his name. It means that he is closing in on Theo Overhaus, but he can catch him. He's got to get past him if he wants to win this championship. It feels as though Ariel Levy holds the secret at the moment, but Theo Overhaus stands in the way. The rest of the cars challenging. That is the 1, 2, 3, Henry Tuamola. Also fighting to retain in the Pro-Am Championship, trying to move his way forwards on board with Schuring in the 197. He is the leading Pro-Am qualifier and leading the Pro-Am race at the moment. Chuamala down in 22nd place, but that would be enough just to confirm the championship in the Pro-Am category. 11.5 minutes remaining of this race. Look how close this is. There's Milan Marchak with Colin Berninghausen pressuring him all the way for 7th place. Also there, Chester Kiefer, the man who never backs off. Now Theo Overhaus responds with the fastest lap. So Ariel Levy going to have to turn the wick up some more, find some more pace if he wants to challenge for the lead. Can he force Theo Overhaus into a mistake? He's got 11 minutes to do it as the cars go towards the edges of track limits through turn 1 and turn 2. Just fighting for every last thousandth of a second. Theo Overhaus with the fastest lap. Jan Pablo Vega also in the 563 car. He's down in 23rd place. He's got Henry Chuamala there for company as well. So everybody pushing hard, fighting hard. Gianluca Tucharoglu on the inside of Alex Ryman. He's been lining that one up for a while and he pokes his nose in. They go wheel to wheel briefly. Now Ryman trying to come back, but Tucharoglu has the position. Now he's coming under pressure from Joe Warhurst. Warhurst flashing the lights, looking to have a better race than he did last time. He's in 12th place at the moment. Now pressuring Alex Ryman, Gianluca Tucharoglu. Now breaks clear into the top 10. Here comes the lead queue of cars. Sasha Norden has now closed up with Sebastian Freimut for 4th place. Here's Berninghausen to the inside of Milan Marchak. Colin Berninghausen muscles his way through in turn 10 and takes that position away. So Colin Berninghausen up into 8th place. Shuffling Milan Marchak down the order. Joe Warhurst now also past Alex Ryman. So Warhurst, man on a mission, on board with Schuring. Once again, the leading driver in the Pro-Am race. He is in 19th place overall, fighting for silverware on the Pro-Am trophy. First, second, third coming across the line. The dust rising up into the air. We're into the last 9.5 minutes of the season. That is Jelte Höfner having a look to the outside of Alex Ryman. Ryman looks to be struggling a bit at the moment. He's getting mugged by a number of cars. So Ryman clearly struggling for pace here in this, the final race of the season. Sasha Norden looking eager. There's Domas Radonas there as well. Chester Kiefer just behind him. Colin Berninghausen, Gianluca Tucharoglu. Two drivers that have fought against each other in Porsche 6 Carrera Cup Germany this year. Just behind them, Milan Marchak, one of the up-and-coming superstars. Joe Warhurst, to remind you, in only his second weekend in a Porsche GT3 Cup car and really enjoying the experience as he prepares for a season in Germany this year. And there's a car that's gone wide. Looks like Thomas Cangro to me on to the gravel. Cangro has not really enjoying the rub of the green at the moment. He's kept it going. But Cangro out onto the gravel trap. He can keep it rolling, which means we won't need a caution. Sasha Norden closing in still on Sebastian Freimut. Our leading rookie is Chester Kiefer in 7th place. But if things remain as they are, Sasha Norden will have jumped Chester Kiefer for 3rd place in the championship. And that's exactly what he came here with the intention of doing this weekend. There is Sasha Norden in the 5th place. Had a tough time in qualifying, but has been somewhere near the top of the timing sheets in all of the free practice, and the qualifying sessions is where he struggled the most, and he's now having to make up for that in this, the final race of the season. Another driver going wide, picking up the dirt out towards turn 1 once again. Theo Overhaus with 0.6 over Ariel Levy. If things remain as they are for the next 7 minutes and 40 seconds plus 1 lap, it will be championship Flynt Schuring by the slimmest of margins. Joe Warhurst now pressuring Milan Marchak for position. This is to get into the top 10. Around turns 1 and 2 we come once again. Chester Kiefer, the leading rookie. Then Colin Berninghausen in 8th place. Gianluca Tucharoglu. And then this fight here, Warhurst goes to the outside of Milan Marchak. This is for 10th place, but he can't make it stick, and in so doing, he allows Alex Ryman into the gap. The inside becomes the outside for Ryman. Ryman now trying to power it around the outside.